Hello everyone, and thanks for watching part 2 of our end of year 2022 special. So this takes us through the weather between April and June of 2022, and if you haven't watched part 1, please do so. We went through January to March of this year, so please do watch that if you haven't done so. So starting with the CET again, so I'm just using this because there is no such thing as Central Irish temperature or Central Ireland's temperature, so I'm just gonna have to use this. And I just want to show you how really warm this year was to average. So you can see every month was above average apart from December. Now this updated today to the 29th of the month, being yesterday, so it jumped up by 0.2 of a degree, so now it's at 3.1 and is 1.5 degrees below average. Anyway, so today we're focusing on these 3 months, April, May and June. So months on this column, CET, the actual average temperature in England for these months in this column, and the anomaly to average in this column. So April at 9.2 CET is 1.3 degrees above average. May at a CET of 13.1 is pretty much 2 degrees above average, and June at 14.9 is quite cool at 0.8 of a degree above average. So going on to the charts then now, with that in mind, starting on the 1st of April, April Fool's Day. I remember this day very well. A very cold, crisp day, sunshine. Upper air temperatures were really cold, drier than the previous day though. No snow showers. Anyway, going through it then into the 2nd of April. This day was very interesting for me. So with the cold air in place aloft, you can see temperatures at -5 at 850 HPA, and with the sun heating the ground up. Even with high pressure in place, there was a lot of instability and convection, and that just led to the development of these big cumulus clouds and cumulonimbus clouds and big heavy showers, and I got quite a big hail shower, and for once, for the first time in my life, I've seen this happen. It accumulated on the ground, so by the end of the shower, there was a nice white covering on the ground, and it looked like snow, but it actually wasn't. It was just hailstones. So that was something quite exciting. I have a video of it, and I might publish it, just depending on because I make quite a few noises in the video that are out of excitement, so that's a bit embarrassing. So I may not actually release it. Anyway, moving on then into the 3rd of April, high pressure goes to the south. We begin to see a milder wind off the Atlantic, and into the 4th of April, yeah, back to normality. High pressure to the south, low to the north, and westerly winds. On we go then. We get very unsettled there on the 6th of April. And then into the 7th of April, we go colder. 8th of April. Okay, so this day was very interesting. I saw a big shower of wet snow on this day. We can see the northerly winds. Again, same deal, April showers. Look, -5 Celsius ice term through the country. And with the sun warming the ground, it started off with crystal clear blue skies, and then around 11 o'clock started to get the cumulus clouds bubbling up, and then by 2 o'clock, I remember I was doing a presentation, and outside the window I saw wet snow coming down. So that was interesting. Snow in April, although it's actually not that uncommon to get this sort of thing on this sort of day. A big northerly blast, very cold aloft, surface temperatures not all that warm, and then you get big showers that drag the cold air down, and then it's snowing. Then on we go, high pressure on the 9th of April, kill showers off, and then we go milder and unsettled there, just into Easter week, and then we go quite nice there on Good Friday, with high pressure to the east, bringing in easterly winds, very warm spring like sunny days. And then Easter Sunday, for some reason this chart isn't available. Sometimes it just happens like this where the chart just doesn't load. So I remember it quite nicely. It started off bright, but then rain came in from the west. And then the 18th of April, Easter Monday is available. So it was a showery day, low pressure to the north with winds in from the west. And for some reason the chart for the 19th of April isn't available, but I have memories. Again, it was a day of April showers, so it started off clear, completely clear, and then the clouds started to bubble up. I've actually got I have a time lapse. Actually, yeah, on this day I published my very first video on this channel. It was of cumulonimbus clouds developing, and we got a nice one that was in sight. I caught it on camera and put it on YouTube. So please do watch it if you like. So it was. I say this chart would look like low pressure over Scotland, probably bringing in a wind from the northwest. So probably cool and sunny, followed by showers, that sort of thing. Anyway, moving on. Hopefully this chart is available. Okay, yeah. So high pressure over Scandinavia starts to get an easterly wind in, and you'll see we get a nice easterly wind there into the 23rd of April. So low pressure to the south, high pressure over Iceland, and we bring in that easterly wind. Now, because it's April, the upper air temperatures aren't that cold. It's above freezing. But had we had that just 2 months ago, before this, not ago, just before the say in February, we were dragged in some bitterly cold air from the east, but because it was in April, it was just basically a cloudy, dull easterly wind, nothing much on it, a few showers, bit depressing. Then into the rest of April, we tried to get the wind into the north. That's a fail as high pressure comes down across the country, and we go very spring-like for the end of April. Then we're into May. I don't have many memories of this month, but I think it was quite a nice dry, warm month. I'll just go through high pressure on the 1st and into the 2nd of May. Bank holiday, of course. 3rd of May, low pressure tries to get into the northwest. And then my birthday, this day, 4th of May, quite a nice day, I suppose. High pressure over the Azores, giving us quite a warm southwesterly winds. And then onto the 6th of May, high pressure stays there, quite warm, spring-like, very nice. Before on the 10th of May, low pressure comes in from the northwest and gives us cooler weather. On to the middle of May, we stay very westerly. High pressure starts to come back again towards mid-May. Tries to get warm, but then low pressure comes in off the Atlantic again. We're dragging up quite a mild airflow, very warm airflow. If I put on the temperatures at 850, yeah, so quite warm. We're missing out on some quite extreme heat for the time of year. And I'm saying, look at that, 20 Celsius at 850 over Spain, trying to get into France. That's a sign of what's to come. I'm sure you all remember the very hot July and August that we had, especially around the middle of those months. You probably remember that. In part 3 of this special, you'll see that and relive it. Anyway, going through. This chart should load. Okay, there we go. Bringing in a westerly wind on the 20th of May. On we go. Chart's getting slower to load. 21st of May, still westerly. 22nd, westerly. Bit more northwesterly there on the 20th, 3rd of May. It was a very showery day. I remember that forecast very, very well. Heavy showers, big clouds. 24th of May, same story really. Then we go more just warm and westerly. High pressure comes over us then through the weekend of the 28th of May. Quite warm, sunny. A bit cooler there on the 29th of May. We get a bit of northerly winds. And then low pressure right over us on the 30th of May. Very, very showery day. On we go then, 31st of May. Much the same, really. Then high pressure comes in just in time for summer, 1st of June. We go not very warm, just pleasant, really. Very much unlike the heat that comes in July and August. Bit of an easterly there. There were actually, on the night of the 3rd of June, there were some thundery showers in the Irish Sea that were coming onto the coast, and a few strikes of lightning off the coast. I didn't see them, but quite remarkable. Then we go on, we stay easterly before low pressure comes in off the Atlantic through the early to middle part of June. On we go. Look at that low pressure right up there. I actually don't remember June being this unsettled. That badly unsettled. Quite cool there. High to the south, low to the north. Quite zonal. Can't believe I'm saying this about the summer. Then we go quite cool there on the 19th of the month. But I remember around this sort of point, let's say the 18th of June saw quite a hot day across England. I remember that part. The 18th of June was really hot across England. Though, looking at this chart, I would never guess that. Look at that low pressure over Shetland, high pressure in the Atlantic. And then you just bring down that northerly winds. I'm surprised that brought the temperatures into the 30s across the UK. I would never guess that, but just by looking at that chart. And on into this solstice, nice day, high pressure over us. But look at this. It goes very, that low pressure right over the country, dark boil low, very unsettled, showers, rain. And look at this day, that 25th of June, despite it only being on the 25th of June, early summer, the first month of summer, that was a taste of autumn. I remember that. It was just a very, very windy day, very, very cool as well, and very, very showery. I have a time lapse of this day on my channel. Winds just in from the southwest, constant showers, quite chilly feel to it. You had to wear a coat if you went outside. It was that chilly. Upper temperatures very close to freezing. You can see that 0 Celsius ice around the low pressure, 5 Celsius ice clearing away. Very, very, very autumnal day. And then on and on we go into the final days of June. We stay unsettled westerly, and then we conclude like that. Low pressures around the north of the country over Iceland, and we bring in the westerly wind. Very showery westerly as well, and quite cool. But summer really at that point hadn't started yet. Once we get towards the let's say around the 10th of July, it really kicked off, and we stayed like that for quite a while until September, with a brief lull in late July. So that's it for the second part of this special. I'll have part 3 either up very late tonight or early tomorrow morning, probably early in the morning tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.